Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Right? I feel like today's one of those days where you sort of need to do a big exhale and welcome in the blessing, the privilege of a day that Judaism gives us to unplug, to maybe get off of our news feeds for a little while, and to just bask in all that is and the blessings that are still very much in our world and in our lives. So tonight we'll begin with the Kabbalat Shabbat service.
Beginning on page 12.
Yedid Nefesh.
ושורש עבדך אל רצונך ירוץ עבדך כמו אייל ישתחווה לילה אל מול הדרך ערב לו ידידותך מנופת סוף לילה וכל טעם la 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 la.
We turn to page 22 for Lechuna Ranana. Let us sing out a new song to God.
Lekuneranna, 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 Adonai. Lekuneranna, 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 Adonai. Naria, naria, letzori shenu, nekadma hana betoda. Naria, naria, letzori shenu. Bezmirot arialo, lekuneranna, 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 Adonai, lekuneranna, 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 Adonai.
We continue on page 24 with Shirul Adonai, Shir Chadash.
Bottom of the page, Yismechu Hashamayim. Yismechu Hashamayim.
4 lines from the bottom of page 24.
Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam umlo. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam umlo. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam umlo. Yiram hayam, Iram umelo yismechu hashamayim yismechu hashamayim yismechu hashamayim v'tzagel haaretz.
We continue on page 26 at the bottom of the page, Or Zarua Latzadik.
Or Zarua Latzadik, Ol Yisrael Simcha. Or Zarua Latzadik, Ol Yisrael Simcha. Or Zarua Latzadik, Ol Yisrael Simcha. Ol Yisrael Simcha. Or Zarua Latzadik, Ol Yisrael Simcha. Ol Yisrael Simcha. Or Zarua Latzadik, Ol Yisrael Simcha. Or Zarua Latzadik, Ol Yisrael Simcha.
We continue on page 28, Mizmor Shir Ladonai Shir Chadash, in the middle of the page, Zamru Ladonai Bechinor.
Zamru Ladonai Bechinor, Bechinor Bechol Zimra, Bekatzat Rod Bechol Shofar, Ariu Lifnei HaMelech Adonai, Iram Hayam Umlo, Tevel Veyoshveva, Neharot Imcha Utaf Yakad, Harim Yeranenu, Lifnei Adonai Kiva lishpot haaretz, lishpot tevel betzedek, ve'amim b'mesharim. Yiram hayam umlo, evel ve'yoshveva, neharot imcha utaf yakad, harim yeranenu.
We continue on page 30, Romemu Adonai Eloheinu, the last two lines.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu behishakavu lehar kodso. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu behishakavu lehar kodso. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu.
Continuing on page 34, Mizmor LeDavid.
Mizmor LeDavid, Avu l'Adonai b'nelim, Avu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, Avu l'Adonai kevod shemo, Ishtakavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh, Kol Adonai al hamayim, el heharim teirim, Adonai al mayim rabim, al mayim rabim. Kol Adonai b'koach, Kol Adonai behadar קול אדוני, שובר ארצים וישפר אדוני את ארצי הלבנון. וירקידם כמו עגל לבנון וסיריון כמו בן רעמים כמו בן רעמים. קול אדוני קוצב להבות אש, קול אדוני יקיל מדבר, יקיל אדוני מדבר קדש. קול אדוני כולל איילות, ויקסוב יערות. ובקולו כולו אומר כבוד, אדוני, אדוני, כבוד שמו. אומר, אומר, אומר כבוד. אדון המבול ישב, וישב אדוני מלך לעולם. אדוני עוד לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. את עמו, את עמו, את עמו בשלום.
Shabbat Shalom. We now pause to remember with reverence those of our beloved whose yahrzeits are observed from tonight until tomorrow night, the 26th day of Mar Cheshvan. Alan Berman, Rona G. Block, Charles Alterberger, Hannah Berzun Searler, George L. Cousins, Winnie Epstein, Dr. Alan Exler, Philip Feinglass, Ellen Garson, Stuart Goldman, Hilda Greenberg, Louis B. Hackerman, Benjamin Heyman, Arnold K. Cohn, Barry Liederman, David Levenstein, Bernard Levine, Beverly Rosenblum, Andrew Rosing, Jerome I. Rudick, Ben Sachs, Deanna Seltzer, Seymour Woolman. Zecher Tzadik Livracha, may their memories always be for a blessing in our lives. And will those people who are in a period of mourning or observing a yahrzeit please rise and join me in reciting the words of the Mourner's Kaddish, which you can find on page 124. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Bialma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'yimaru. Amen. Yehi Shmei Rav Amavarach leolam u'mei maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha brechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'yimaru, amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimaru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mrumav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimaru, amen.
Amen.
May your loved ones' memories always be for a blessing. As we continue in our prayer with Lecha Dodi, I will pass the mic to Rabbi Zaslow.
But first, a song. The sun is going down, it's shining through the trees. Another week's gone by, become a memory. So put away your hammer, there's nothing left to do. Come inside and find the gift that's waiting here for you. Oh, it's time to say good Shabbos, 'cause all your work is done. Gonna spend the day together with the Holy One. Make a special blessing on a cup that's filled with wine. Man and his creator, it's a very special sign. Your candles will be burning, filling your homes with light, singing songs of Shabbos far into the night. So put away your hammer, there's nothing left to do. When you're home, you'll find the gift that's waiting there for you. Oh, it's time to say, 'cause all your work is done. Gonna spend the day together with the Holy One. Make a special blessing on a cup that's filled with wine. Man and his creator, it's a very special sign. Good Shabbos.
We continue on page 38 with Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat tikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat tikabela. Samol v'zakol b'dibur echad, ishmi'anu el hamyukad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, Shemo tiferet ve'litilah. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat tikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat tikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekol habracha, merosh mikerem nesuka, sof ma'aseh b'makshava tekilah. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat tikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat tikabela. Page 40. Yamin molut kotzi, v'et Adonai taritzi, al yadish ben patzir v'nismecha v'nagila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat tikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat tikabela. Ovi v'shalom ma'ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzohala. Toker אמונה עם סגולה, בואו יקלה, בואו יקלה לקדותי לקראת קלה. בני שבת נקבלה, לקדותי לקראת קלה. בני שבת נקבלה, בני שבת נקבלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
We pause at this time to extend our condolences from the congregation to members of our community who have been bereaved in the past week. This week, we extend our condolences to the family of the late Armin Diamond and to the family of the late Deborah Baum-Maiden. And on the bottom of page 41, we join together in the traditional Friday evening greeting for those who are in mourning. Hamakom yanachem etchem betol sha'ar avalei Zion ve'Yerushalayim. May the Holy One who comforts Israel grant you solace in your bereavement. We remain standing and turn to page 50 for Baruch Hu, the call to prayer.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Leolam Vaed.
You may be seated. And we invite up from Eva's family to lead us in responsive prayer on page 51.
Great, you ready for that? Ready? We'll do it together. Okay, ready?
O Lord, your word brings on the evening twilight, the heavens proclaim your glory.
And we, your creatures on earth, behold and wonder your endless miracles.
Help us to recognize your guiding power in distant galaxies and in our own souls.
Teach us your law, righteousness, and love, so that your Spirit may govern our lives.
Source of peace, bless our worship. May our meditations find favor in your sight.
May our gratitude for your wonders lead us in love to your service.
So that, like the changing seasons, the days, the nights, our lives too will proclaim your glory.
Amen.
Shkoyach, shkoyach. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני אמרי ורבי
52.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אתה תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. יהי חיינו לאורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך, בכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Page 56.
והיה
And reading together in English in the middle of page 57. Therefore, keep these words of mine in your heart and in your soul. Bind them as a sign upon your arm, and let them be a reminder above your eyes. Teach them to your children, speaking of them when you are at home and when you are away, when you lie down at night and when you rise up in the morning. Write them upon the doorposts of your homes and upon your gates. Thus your days and the days of your children will be multiplied on the land which the Lord promised to your ancestors for as long as the heavens remain over the earth. 58.
ויאמר אדוני משה לאמור דבר בני ישראל. Adonai Elohechem emet.
Middle of page 60.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ובני ישראל לכאן ושירה בשמחה רבה ויאמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדע בקודש, תורת תהילות אוסף אלה, תורת תהילות אוסף אלה. מלכותך ובניך, בוקע ים לפני משה, זה אליינו ואמרו, זה אליינו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב גדול מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
And on page 63, we invite up Barbara and Arnold to lead us in responsive prayer. Or Darren. It still is page 63, though. Mazel tov.
Thank you. Shabbat shalom. Help us, O God, to lie down in peace, but teach us that peace means more than quiet.
Remind us that if we are to be at peace at night, we must take heed how we live by day.
Grant us the peace that comes from honest dealing, so that no fear of discovery will haunt our sleep.
Rid us of resentments and hatreds which rob us of the peace we crave.
Liberate us from enslaving habits, which disturb us and give us no rest.
May we inflict no pain, bring no shame, and seek no profit from another's loss.
May we so live that we can face the world with serenity and with grace.
May we feel no remorse at night for what we have done during the day.
May we lie down in peace tonight and awaken tomorrow to a richer and fuller life.
Amen.
ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הבורא סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
64.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לגדולותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים והארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש.
66.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, עמד יברק אלותי וימליך מלכותי, בחיי כל וביום כל ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבם מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשא בריחו לעילא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה. תושבקתה ונקמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו amen.
We rise together for the Shabbat evening Amidah, which is said personally beginning on page 69.
שלום רב על ישראל עמך ועל כל יושבי תבל. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך ועל כל יושבי תבל. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך ועל כל יושבי תבל. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Page 80.
ויחולו השמיים על הארץ ועל צבאם. ויקל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל העליון, פונה שמיים וארץ. מגן אבות בדברו, וקיים מתים במאמרו. האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו, המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו. כי בם רצה להניח להם, כי בם רצה להניח להם, לפניו נעבוד וירא ופחד, ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד בין הברכות. אל ההודעות אדון השלום, מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי, ומניח בקדושה, לעמד ושני עונג, זכר למעשה בראשית.
86.
יתקדש ויתקדש שם רבה, ילמד ודע חירותי מלכותי בחיי כל ובימי כל נפקי לכל בית ישראל, ועגלה בזמן קריב וימרו, אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפורר ויתחומם ויתעשה ויתדע ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי לקודשה ולכולי אמין כל ברכתה ושירתה ושבחתה ונקמתה דברן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. תתקבל תלותון ובעתון לכל ישראל קדם ובהון בשמיים ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה בשמיים וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום מרמה והוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו amen.
We rise and turn together to page 90 for the Friday evening Kiddush. Eva Rose Scheinberg, the daughter of Anya and Darren Scheinberg, who will celebrate her bat mitzvah tomorrow, will chant the Friday Kiddush. Page 90.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu Ma'olam borei pri hagan.
Amen.
Amen.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu Ma'olam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavonu b'shabbat kadosho b'hava uvrason hinhilanu zikaron lema'anse v'rishi
Ki huyom tehila lemikaye kodesh zeher litzia Mitzrayim Kivanu laharata ve'otanu kidasha mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodechecha Yahweh uratzon Shinhatanu B'hataronai Mekadesh HaShabbat
Amen. Mazel tov.
Nice job, beautiful.
Mazal tov, Eva. Can you hear me? Okay. Shabbat shalom. So it's an interesting thing in the Torah portion that we read this Shabbos. It's the Parsha, the portion of Chayei Sarah. And in the Torah portion of Chayei Sarah, we see a lot of really hard things that our ancestors are experiencing, and then we see some sort of rays of hope, if you will. So the hard things that they're experiencing, the first thing that we see is that when we open up the Torah portion of Chayei Sarah, is that Sarah actually dies in this Torah portion. And at the very beginning of the Torah portion, we see that Avraham has to take care of burying his beloved Sarah. He has to go and he has to find a burial place for her. And then he has another task, which is that he's got a single son that he needs to find a wife for. So he's going to try to take care of that too. So we forward on a little bit more. Abraham remarries, Isaac gets married to Rebekah, and then at the end of the Torah portion, almost a bookend, we have the death of Abraham. So we have these sort of two really hard moments and experiences for our people, and then we also have some rays of hope in between. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how we have that in our world too, especially focusing on rays of hope, because I feel like my real question that I always want to be asking people nowadays is, where are you finding hope? Right? Okay. So with that in mind, I decided tonight that I would share with you 5 places that I'm seeing a little bit of hope nowadays, or at least this week, in hopes that we can all go into the world and look for a little bit of those rays of hope. So the first thing I'm thinking a lot about this week, as you all know, the college campuses have been a mess since October 7th, and to say have been a mess is actually an understatement. I feel like they've actually been worse than a nightmare, and every day and every night you sort of open your eyes and think like, really, could this really be happening, and could it get any worse than it does, right? So I think one of the things that I'm thinking about a little bit this week is that, and I see this with a little ray of hope, not a huge ray of hope, but just a little bit of hope. I feel like to a small degree, the adults have started becoming, let me rephrase that, the adults have begun to be adults. Meaning that the people that are supposed to be in charge on campuses are actually recognizing that they actually probably need to start to be in charge. So this week I actually received 2 emails yesterday, just most recently, but yesterday I received a video from one of our kids who's at Tulane. Not my own personal child, one of our congregational children who's at Tulane. And she sent a video of a clip of students that were, sort of protesting against Israel and for Palestine, and the person who was taking the video was actually quite shaken, which is why she sent it home to her parents and shared it with me. The second story was another congregant who called today. Her kids are at Ohio State. Her son is at Ohio State. And what's been happening on some campuses and in some cities even is that students have been approached and asked, are you Jewish? And yesterday that happened at Ohio State, or it may have been today, the phone call came today. At Ohio State, there were 2 kids that were last night walking on campus and confronted, and they were asked, are you Jewish? And the 2 boys said yes, and then they got beaten up. So here's what is my ray of hope, in addition to being really angry that such a thing can happen on our campuses again and again and again, is that one, my ray of hope is that these kids, these college kids, are so extraordinarily brave, right? There was an article a little while ago, I think Rabbi Schwartz, you read it. It was about how people are wondering if they should take down their mezuzot, right? The mezuzot on their doors. Well, I will tell you this. Every high school kid that I know and college kid that I know has actually begun to wear a Magen David. They are wearing a chai. They are wearing paraphernalia that identify them as a Jew, and they are Jewish, and they are proud, and they are willing, right, to be out there in a world that is not looking favorably upon them right now on college campuses, and they are able to wear those symbols with pride and stand for Israel. So that is, for me, a real moment of a ray of hope that those kids are so courageous and so devoted, and that makes me feel really, really proud. The second thing is going to actually I'll mix this up a little. The second thing I'm going to share is that colleges and universities are actually, and I'm not giving a lot of credit to anyone except Ben Sass in Florida. But the one school I will recognize for just a moment is that Columbia and Barnard have, I think, been particularly atrocious, but they actually did ban 2 of the organizations on campus from their universities and saying that they were supporting terrorist organizations. And I'm thinking that we're going to start to see that a lot more across the country, that universities and colleges are going to start to be accountable. And when their groups are supporting terrorists or terrorism and using language that is supporting those causes, then they are not going to be receiving funding, and they will not be allowed on campuses. Columbia actually made that move today, which kol hakavod for that act. The third thing I'm going to say is just a fun thing, but this week I received, I was supposed to Zoom with one of my conversion candidates who's actually on a college campus. And again, I mentioned she's a college-age young woman, and I jumped on the Zoom with her, and I'm going to call her Rebecca. That's not her real name, but I said to her, I got on the Zoom, and all I could say was Rebecca, really? And then she said to me, what? And I was like, do you really want to keep trying to be Jewish? And by the way, I so meant it, right? I was like, you want to be a part of this right now? And she looked at me and she laughed and she goes, absolutely. And I felt like, you know what? That's a good thing. It's a good thing. I actually also felt like, just give her the pass, right? If you're literally right now looking out in the world being like, yes, I want to be a part of you. I'm like, is there not a fast pass we can give? Like the golden ticket, welcome, we love you, thank you. Okay, that's the third thing. The fourth thing that's giving me a ray of hope this week is that many of you know that next Tuesday, there's going to be a rally for Israel. We're going to stand for Israel. We're going to stand with Israel. And this is unbelievable to me. And I'm actually going to look at some of our college parents in the room. But not only is Baltimore taking many buses, and many people will be training there as well, but people are flying in from all over the country. And when I say that, Michigan State, remember the same Michigan State that decided to hang Hitler's picture on the Jumbotron at the football game? Michigan State is actually, the Chabad is sending a plane full of kids to Washington, D.C. You have the same thing from Gainesville. You have the same thing all over. These kids and people are chartering flights, are sending their college kids. This is going to be, please God, a really, really important, one of those defining moments as a Jewish people. So that's on Tuesday. If anyone can get there, join us, and it should be one of those moments that we say with pride, we were there. Okay, last thing. My last ray of hope this week is a woman that maybe some of you already have heard of. Her name is Rose Lubin. Rose Lubin, I spoke about her a little bit this week earlier in Minyan. Rose Lubin was 20 years old. She was a lone soldier from Atlanta, Georgia. Since she was 5 years old, she wanted to go to Israel, and she wanted to be a part of the IDF. She went to Israel, and she was a part of the IDF. She was Border Patrol. Last month, on October 7th, she was visiting family, her sort of adoptive family, as they do that for lone soldiers, on a kibbutz. And that kibbutz got attacked She and a group of her friends, I guess can you see single-handedly for 5 of them? Group-handedly, right, together. They together kept their entire kibbutz safe. An amazing story. A 5 feet tall, 20-year-old girl and her friends kept the kibbutz safe. Fast forward, last week she was able to neutralize a terrorist that was coming towards them in the old city. 2 days ago, earlier this week, she was border patrolling at the Arab quarter, right in the gates of the old city, and she was stabbed to death by a 16-year-old. She was a lone soldier, I mentioned. Her family had to get in from Atlanta, so they waited a couple of days for the funeral, which was yesterday. Gideon, my son, went to the funeral, and he said there were over 1,000 people that came, because when it comes to lone soldiers, the people of Israel know that they don't have a big family, they don't have the network, they don't have childhood friends to show up. And so strangers, right, that are also not strangers, they come and they show up and they honor our lone soldiers together. Rose Lubin was a hero. She was a hero for saving lives. She was a hero for giving her life to protect others. And she was a hero whose story will be told and inspire not only this generation, but hopefully many generations to come. So may her memory be a blessing. May we retell her story often, and may she be one of many rays of light that we continue to recognize in the world around us. Keep looking for rays of light, keep looking for rays of hope, because Am Yisrael Chai, because our Jewish people will live on, and we will someday be a part of a more peaceful and better world. Shabbat Shalom.
We turn to page 118, and we rise together for the Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, ולא עשנו כאויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, ולא שם חלקנו כהם, וגדול עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבים מרמים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס גדולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. הכתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד. Ushamo, 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 Akkad.
You may be seated. Pausing now, we remember with reverence the yard sites of our beloved departed, which are observed sundown this evening until sundown tomorrow evening, the 27th day of Mar Cheshvan. Rose Balser, Jacob Baranski, Alan Meyer Brooks, Ida Davidson, Isabel Epstein, Max Feldman, Zelda Gerber, Joseph Greenberg, Doris Grossman, Judge Robert Hammerman, Harriet Hampton, Leonard Kabik, Lawrence Katz, Marlene Kevy, Norman Laskin, Myrtle Lynn, Samuel Lowitz, Samuel Morden Melnikoff, Honorable Samuel Natal, Rita Saperstein, Morris Seidel, Samuel Weinblatt, and Daniel Zolotwitz. Zecher Tzadik Libracha, may their righteous memories continue to bring blessings into all of our lives, and to that we say amen.
Amen.
And in solemn testimony to the unbroken chain of faith that links us from one generation to the next, we invite those who are in mourning and those who are observing a yard site to please rise for the Mourner's Kaddish on page 124. Mourner's Kaddish, page 124. Yitgadal ve'yikadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divra chirutei, be'amlich malchutei, be'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chayei decho beit Yisrael, ba'gala v'izman kariv ve'emru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam almei amaya, yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh, V'yithadar, v'yit'aleh, v'yithalal, shmei dekucha brechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu yaseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen.
Amen.
You may be seated. Our upcoming schedule for this Shabbat, our daily services are at 8 a.m. and at 6:45 p.m. Services tomorrow morning will be at 10 a.m. and at 4:45 p.m. Sunday services are at 9:15 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. Parsha class will be tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. online only, and the judges class will be in the Balm Boardroom tomorrow, also at 9 a.m. We conclude our page. Something. Oh.
Let's conclude the service with Am Yisrael Chai.
Oh. There we go.
Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai. Shabbat Shalom.
Keep me on my toes, Cantor.
I was reminded
Let's do it.
Know your mother or dad. Yeah, we've been allowed to.
I'm gonna have one lollipop in the car.
Okay, that sounds great. What color?
I don't know.
Okay, you'll pick from the bouquet. Will you guys wait for me for 2 minutes and then we'll go and get the lollipop? Just take us one minute. It would just be so easy. It was like one and done.